Hi, and welcome back everyone to Mike on Money. My name is Michael LeBlanc, Director and Senior Portfolio Manager at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. And here's where we take a deep dive in every week to different aspects of the markets, different aspects of investing. And this week, of course, we're going to be talking about the US election. It's the only thing going on. It's October 30th, the last weekend, going into the last weekend before the November 3rd election. So we just want to cover off some potential outcomes, and more specifically, want to talk about what happens if it goes into a contested election, because that's the one we really, I think, need to be more concerned about, certainly from an investment standpoint. And I know we've been getting a lot of questions around that. So I'm going to touch slightly on the other potential two outcomes, and then really talk about what that means and what that might look like as a contested election. So obviously, we're going into it, there's a couple of potential different outcomes. One where Biden wins, obviously, and Trump wins, but obviously more layered than that. If the Democrats win, who wins Congress, and if the Republicans get back in, do they lose Congress? Because that can actually shift power quite a bit. We've already seen that with under Mitch McConnell being able to kind of push through Amy Coney Barrett into the Supreme Court. And block other things that the opposition party has wanted to get done over the last few years. So those two outcomes, really, if we see the Democrats get in, I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. We are probably going to see a sectoral shift into the markets. There's talk of higher taxation. That's going to take a bit of time, but really that higher taxation is only on income over $400,000 that they're talking about. Now, that, remember, all income under $400,000 does not get affected. It's only incremental amounts for everybody for every dollar they make over $400,000. So a small percentage of the population, certainly in the United States, probably not going to have a big impact. As far as the markets go, probably the same outcome in the markets as if we'd see a Republican win, only it might take a little bit of time. Remember, all this is being driven by uncertainty. The markets don't like uncertainty. If there's uncertain outcome or questionable outcomes, the market will take a pause. It will take a step back. And we've even seen this going into this election. All this week, we've seen pretty negative markets. And that's just people taking money off the table, wait and see what happens. Now, if the Republicans get back in, that doesn't mean it's going to be better for the markets than the Democrats. No matter which party gets in, we're definitely going to see a second round of stimulus package come out, which is going to be good for the markets. It's going to be good for certain sectors that are going to benefit from that. And that's really what the market's waiting for. But if the Republicans are back in, we might see that uptick a little bit faster. And that's just the devil you know. We've seen what the Republicans have done for the last 4 years. We've known what their priorities have been. That's not going to change. So that will play out a little bit faster than if the Democrats get in, as we'll see the markets again pause a little bit, wait to see what they do, wait to see how quickly they might make the changes that they feel that they want to. But really, it'll be around the stimulus package, what they're going to do from that front. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But really, what we're watching for here is the risk of a contested election. Of course, the contested election is if Trump doesn't accept the results and he wants to take it to the Supreme Court. We could delay this outcome for months. What does that mean negatively for the market? It means uncertainty. So the market will pause. It will take a step back. We'll see a lot of volatility, and that's what we need to be concerned about. What might cause us to go into that contested election? Well, it could be a lot of factors. There's been so many things kind of building up into this. Of course, the question on the mail-in vote, the question of how many votes come in after the November 3rd deadline. There's going to be those swing states, so many different rules in different states as to when the deadline for those mail-in votes to get in. We saw the Republicans just lose a court battle to get rid of, I think it was 120,000 different votes for, on the drive-through ballots. So all these different aspects have been in the courts. It's been in the forefront of the news. And if we see a very close election, so if we get down to the wire on Tuesday night and it's not a solid Democrat win or a solid Republican win, we're going to see a battle, because there's going to be a lot of question about those delayed mail-in votes. And then, of course, if it does come down to mail-in votes, the Republicans have put forward an argument of the illegitimacy or the fraud potential on the mail-in. So they are very likely to contest that in court. And of course, the Republicans now have a majority of, certainly a majority bent Supreme Court with the latest addition to the court. So that's the concern. What does that mean for investing? Well, it means caution. It means patience. If you've been following our videos, I've kind of mentioned going into the election to maybe take a little bit of money off the table, take some profit, wait for that shift, wait for those opportunities to open up, and then take advantage of the drops. We did a whole video on what sectors we like better for Democrats and what videos we like better for Republicans. So go check that out if you're interested in kind of see how you might want to position your portfolio. But as always, everything we talk about here is for information purposes. Don't take it as specifically advice for your situation. Always consult a professional or do your own due diligence before applying any strategies to your portfolio. With that, I'm going to leave you. Hopefully to have a fun Halloween weekend. Hopefully we pass this election. It seems like it's been for a lifetime that we've been dealing with both sides of the aisle. And it'll be nice to maybe have an outcome on Tuesday and maybe kind of move past into different news other than election stuff. So with that, if you have any questions, go to mikeonmoney.com, email us, call us, set up an appointment. If you want to see a deep dive into any other topic or a specific strategy around portfolios or any information at all, please contact us there and let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you, again, at mikeonmoney.com, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.